Wake up and I feel like cash. Wake up and I feel like M's. My foot stays pressed on the gas. I'm glad I don't feel like them. They might just get flexed on. Got that spice like Szechuan. Can't be touched, I'm Teflon. Once I met Zac Efron. Go hard for the bros and the bros hot mom. Don't think for a sec that I won't drop on. Wanna stay for the show? Just log on to RoneDotCom. Get knocked off and we still rock on. Come to the pound, see a real top dog. Wanna stay for the show? Then just log on to RoneDotCom.
Wow, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect what's going on right now to be going on right now, because I was expecting just a good old-fashioned regular-ass episode of RoneDotCom. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit short today. It's going to be a little bit truncated. Am I out of focus? I feel like I feel a little greasy. I feel a little... That's focused. That's focused. Stay with me. Stay with me. And I'm back out. Listen, it's just like when Diane Keaton's in a movie and they have to put a little bit of a filter on her so you can't see her wrinkles. This will de-age me. I think what we have going on here is more important. It's more important than that. Okay, good. But then we're gonna need Mac in, because as the show starts, Mac tells me that he's on to me. That he's unearthed some type of fucking... I don't even know, but I'm excited but nervous, because it seems like you have all the cards. You know, the ball's fully in your court right now, and my antennas are up. What is this about? Is this about this show, or hooping and hollering, or son of a boy dad, or what are we talking about, bro?
Funny how you don't mention the one thing it's about. This is about the chat Eliminator.
Okay.
I think you know that, and you're dancing around it. And you're feigning innocence right now.
Is it because you came in with new shoes today and you're just feeling yourself?
Oh,
you want to put boot in somebody's ass because you have some new Vans on?
No, they're old shoes. They're old shoes.
They look clean as hell. But I guess me sucking up to you isn't gonna get me out of whatever's coming my way.
I told you. I texted you last night. I said I want to expunge something.
Yes,
on air.
As you are wont to do. You are an expunger. You've been expunging left and right.
And I was tossing and turning last night. I was like, I don't know if I should go public with this. I don't know like if I have a fully fledged out the story. I couldn't sleep. I was
Really?
up. I was tossing and turning. There was just an inkling in the back of my head that something nefarious was going on.
You had an inkling of something nefarious?
It's terrible.
And you haven't fledged it?
I'm hesitant to do so because you are my boss, and you know the success of me depends on the success of the shows that I work on for you, and I don't want to paint you in a bad light.
Well, I think that the success of everything depends on transparency.
That's true, and I wouldn't want to work for someone who's so blatantly doing something that's a little stinky.
Okay, well, I mean, I also hate being called stinky. Like that's one of the things that, like, hygiene is of the utmost importance to me at all times.
Well, in the metaphorical sense, you smell good,
and I'm talking metaphorical hygiene as well.
Oh fuck!
That's what I'm talking about simultaneously. So, I mean, cut to the fucking chase, because you have me on the edge of my seat. I'm a little bit perturbed.
Well, it takes. Let me paint the picture for you.
Okay.
Monday, I'm sitting down. I'm ready to watch Chat Eliminator. Fun new show. Klemmer's cooking it. You know,
Gonna be in later on today.
Basically, it's going how I expect on Monday, right? Like Tommy voted out, expected, sad.
Yeah, bad character. Yeah.
Veidelberg voted out, sad, expected.
Yeah.
KFC, busy guy.
Yep.
All going to plan. All going according to Klemmer's master plan, obviously. But then day 2 comes around.
Sure. Yeah. Yesterday.
And I'm filming day 2. I'm on set. I'm surrounded by talent. I'm looking through the camera, getting all the angles that they don't show on the broadcast.
Okay.
Right? And for the majority, when somebody goes up to get voted out, the other cameraman is looking at them and Clemer up on the podium while they're talking, while the chat's voting for them, stuff like that.
Okay.
But not me. I'm looking at the other contestants getting reaction shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're lurking around in the back, watching as people get up there and vote. And I noticed something at the corner of my eye.
What did you notice?
And I noticed it first when this absolute scumbag, this degenerate person makes this movie character.
Oh yes.
Votes out Vibs. right? Like this blows my mind. First off,
Scumbag movie.
Why is Mubi voting out Vibs? Is she threatened by Vibs?
Right.
Does she think that if anyone, she should be threatened of you? You have a ton of followers. You have a big poll in the chat. You've been up hundreds of times to get voted out, and you've won every single time.
Yeah.
So why isn't she handpicking you to go to the bottom? Why isn't she just throwing you out of the competition?
Right. She had the opportunity to.
It's stinky, and I'm thinking, what's happening? And I noticed while I'm filming the crowds, while Mubi's about to kick Vibs out, I notice you. One of these, a little signal.
To get Vibs?
An indication.
Of getting to get Vibs out?
I believe to my core that there was a signage, a secret moment. And I can prove this. You came up to me while I was filming to take a look at my shot.
I did.
My crowd shot.
I looked over your shoulder to see your shot.
And I'm thinking, oh, like Rone, like what a good guy, cares about the production, wants to see all the shots. Now I realize you were checking to see if you were in frame when you gave the call.
When I gave me the call.
And it's shocking. It's
Do you have video evidence of this?
I do. Well, unfortunately, we weren't rolling.
Exactly.
And they're cut, but that's why it's the perfect crime.
I mean, how could this? Why would I go against Vibs? Why would I not? Why would I want Vibs out?
That's the question that puzzled me, and I realized you didn't want Vibs out necessarily. You just wanted Mubi to win. You wanted to get her in a position where she can win the whole thing. And I'm like, I can't sleep. I'm like, why does Rone want Mubi to be in such a position, like taking Vibs out?
We have the footage. Is this the footage?
Let's see. Maybe we can
smoking gun.
Maybe we can see Rone kind of chuckle in this footage as his master plan comes to fruition.
This is fucking tea. Holy shit.
Look at this. Can we see him in the back?
Vibs looks jacked.
Oh, this might be is this a clip? I don't know.
See, I mean, if we can't prove something, I think we're going to have to throw the case out because...
Oh, of course you want the case thrown out.
Of course I want the case thrown out. You're putting smut on my name.
I think it's shocking to me.
Well, finish that thought. Why would I want Mubi to win and not me to win?
Here's the thing. You win, and it's here's the actual clip of I think Vibs getting kicked out, right?
Okay.
Let's see if we can see you in the background when it cuts to my camera here. Didn't get it.
Oh, conveniently didn't get it. Conveniently didn't get it.
Wow.
What are you even saying? What are you pointing to? Why would I want her to win? What's a motive? If there's a crime, there has to be a motive.
Listen, I'm getting there. But you don't care about winning yourself. Obviously, you like to win competitions.
I don't care about winning myself.
You're happy to win. You want it under your belt. Like $3,000 in the bank is great. It's good. But to you, that's penny change.
No, it's not penny change. That's not penny change to me. I have fucking children.
Yeah,
you know how many diapers I could buy? That's not penny change. I want to win.
That is, yeah, I guess that's true. That maybe that part isn't fully fledged out. But I think your motive goes beyond the $3,000 is a drop in the bucket compared to what you could make if the next part of your plan takes fruition, which is you. I realize that you noticed something.
Okay.
You noticed that there's kind of a hurricane brewing in the office, and you've shielded yourself from it in the back right corner of the office in your dome.
My safe house.
In your safe haven, your sanctuary.
Yes, it's a sanctuary.
But you noticed last week a hurricanes was brewing.
Yes, I feel hurricanes, but I'm you know what I mean, I have my raincoat on. I have my storm shelter. I have my storm chasing equipment. If there's a hurricanes, I'm prepared for it.
Well, you noticed, right, the light breeze, right? It starts with a breeze on Jack Mac.
You can feel it in the air, yeah.
Something like a little static electricity, if you will.
Okay.
Then the next week, what happens? Starts to rain a little bit. First Jack Mac, who's next? Ken Jack.
Yep.
After that, Little Sass. Who knows? And then it keeps making its way over to you, and you're far away now on the outside looking in, but you can sense it coming towards you, and you're doing everything in your power to make sure that you can replace Keegs as the president of the New York office with a new candidate. You're staging a coup, and to do that, you're bringing Mubi stock up.
This is a coup to have Mubi be the president of the New York office.
That's my belief, right?
If Mubi wins this, she'll become president of the New York office.
No, I think you're just trying to get her some good PR by setting her up to win the competition. You're like, listen, I've seen Vibs win competitions. He's great at competitions. Mubi, you should get him out. Mubi wouldn't have came to the conclusion to kick out the golden boy Vibs by herself. That's why you gave her one of these. You shot Vibs in the back of the head.
I would,
so that Mubi could position herself promptly.
First off, this is spurious and scurrilous, and this is imaginary. And first of all, that I love Vibs with my entire heart. He is one of my idols. That Vibs is one of my idols, and I would never give the nods to get Vibs out. You also know that Keegs is also one of my idols. That Keegs is somebody who I respect as the president of this office, somebody who I fall in line behind whenever she makes an edict. And if I was going to introduce a puppet, why wouldn't it be somebody like Tommy Smokes or someone who was a natural rival when they both ran for president of the office? That makes a ton of sense. And you're discounting the fact that Mubi double-crossed me during surviving Barstool. Why would I ever try to give the signal to Mubi when she got my ass out of surviving Barstool, when she and I were allies on that show, and she fucking smoked me, cast me asunder, and suddenly I don't want to win Klemmer's game? Suddenly I'm not playing ethically within Klemmer's game? That is absolutely insane. And the fact that you're putting mustard on my jacket to this level, dipping my entire garment in mustard, is honestly a nasty slap in the face.
That's why it's the perfect crime. No one suspected it. No one thought that, obviously you and Mubi have this rich history of getting double crossed, and now you're saying, Mubi, hey, I'm gonna put you in a position. If you do something for me, if you make a campaign, and then maybe throw a couple, maybe Son of a Boy Dad needs a new studio, maybe the couches, Hooping and Hollering's got some couches, maybe we can get some new ones. I think there's something going on. There's been some handshake deals behind the scenes, and I had to get it out. I couldn't live with it. I couldn't sleep.
Do you think that I have an alliance with Mubi?
I think there's some sort of shady Mubi Rone correlation. Some sort of
not a correlation. I would hate if there's a correlation. Oh my God! I mean, this is very disappointing to hear that these claims are being fabricated out of thin air. Like that autistic guy who thought that he could make a whirlwind with his hands and start swirling leaves around in that parking lot. Like I don't.
That was real. That was real.
I guess that was real, but that doesn't mean this is. Just because that was real, that doesn't mean that this is real. And the fact that you're saying that I don't want to win Klemmer's game, the fact that I would take $3,000 out of my kids' mouths.
It's a long con. It's a long con.
What do I benefit? By a couch? That I get a different couch?
Well, something like that. It could be maybe Mubi, shuffles a couple things around, Son of a Boy Dad starts recording at a different time, like whatever you want, you want to get on in the slot, something like that. It's just, there's something. And maybe I've got half the points right. Maybe I've got a quarter of them. Maybe I've only got one thing right.
Or maybe you're crawling through the desert and you're thirsty and you're seeing a mirage and you're thirsty for just a cool drink of water, and what you see in front of you is not palm trees, but in fact it is just more desert.
Yeah, I mean, that very well could be the case. And I told this to Clemer right before we started recording. I was like, listen, I got an inkling of something. And he goes, listen, I want you to be vocal about it. I want the chat to know every side of the story. I want them to be thinking deeper. And I don't think to this point, I don't think there's been any strange conspiracy surrounding the show. And I just want that to be written in. When the chat goes to vote today, and it's probably going to be you against some people, because there's only, 5 people left? 6 people?
5 people.
5 people? You're the last dude involved?
Yeah.
I just want them to know, like, maybe he's not Barstool's, golden boy the way that everybody thinks he is. Maybe there's something going on.
This is very nasty and disappointing to hear. And I just saw Una walking in. She said on the last episode that we had an alliance, and that's why she kept me till the end. So if I had an alliance with her, I don't know how all of this reconciles in your mind. But later on, we'll have Clemer on this show, and you can pose this to him. And you could bring this up to him if you really think that this is what's going on.
Well, the thing is, he asked me about it. He was like, "Oh, do I need to punish somebody?" And I was like, "No, I think it's fair play. it's totally fine to have alliances and to try and snuff some people out. But I think if it's I just think the voters should be made aware of conspiracies that are forming, of hurricanes that are taking off.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. Yeah, this is troubling to hear. This is very disappointing to hear, especially the night after Bama Adebayo scores 83 points. This should have been a joyous show. This should have been a show where we're celebrating history, where we're celebrating the second best performance in NBA history, and suddenly we're talking about like the presidency of New York, and there goes Sparky. Is he walking in here, or is he walking the other way? I gotta get his ass in here. He called me 3 times during dinner last night. Which is like, dude, Sparky, I'm happy to talk to you. Should we listen to the voicemail? Can we even hear it? How quiet is Sparky on this voicemail? Hang on, let's see if we can get it on speaker.
Levels in my life, I get it right. I miss truth that understand the things in life. But Ron, you got twins in a part of life. But I'm gonna get this money right. Stop that bullshit there,
Bars.
There's like tango playing in the background. Hang on, I gotta call his ass. I gotta call Sparky, get his ass in here. I mean, I was trying to make some Spanish rice, chicken and beans last night. I was having Spain night at my house. And I can't. Yo, come in here. I just saw you walk by, bro. We got a short show today.
Okay, I'm coming.
You buzzed the tower. You're not gonna come in here? Jesus Christ.
Come on, I'm coming.
Levels in my life, I get it right. Get it. Rone, you got some twins in life.
That was a bar.
It was an absolute bar, and it's just like, and I'm sorry that I didn't pick up. I mean, I'm happy to apologize, but also he called me 3 times during dinner. He's called me 3 times as I'm grilling, as I got the chicken going, as I'm eating dinner. I mean, I just want to get to the bottom of it, because something, if you want to say something's afoot, Mac, something's afoot with the Ravens and that trade. Something's afoot with them stealing Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals and not wanting to give up 2 first-round picks. There's other things afoot. My God is so good. God is so good.
What up, everybody?
I'm sorry I didn't pick up yesterday, but you called me during dinner.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No, you don't have to apologize, but I'm just telling you what you buzzed the tower during dinner. I was making some Spanish rice.
Yeah, but I can't eat,
What are you talking about?
I don't be eating, I'll just be writing that music.
What the fuck do you mean you don't eat?
Do you remember that song? What's our song? What's our song we sang today? We supposed to talk about.
What
song was it? Don't look on your thing.
Oh, okay. It's something about like
Let me see.
There's like a boom in it. You know what I mean?
Jingle, jingle, cocoa pop, jingle, jingle, pop, jingle, jingle, cocoa pop, levels in my life, knowledge, wisdom, understand the truth. Part of life from Brooklyn in my life. Home part of black and white. Understand the truth and laugh at everything's in life. I'm hot like some firelight. Understand the truth in life. Me and Ron gonna change the world. It's a part of things in life. Laugh at your haters' life. Now don't look at things in life. Love my boy in my life. Woo!
See, that wasn't the song. You didn't tell me that song. No, there was like there was something where it's like there was like a boom in it. There was like
that was it, baby.
That was it. Why are you glowing today, dude? You were hydrating or what?
Nah, I'm just thinking about music ahead.
But you haven't been eating.
Nah.
You don't eat. You just eat music.
Music all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Or you say you're gonna get me rich.
I'm gonna get you rich. We gonna change the world. Black
yeah,
and
I
white.
need that. Black and
white understand the truth in life.
Oh, that's a bar right there, bro. That's a bar. I gotta have you over for some Spanish rice sometime.
Right in the Zach. I appreciate
Come over for some Spanish rice. You know that's the truth and light. Sparky Rone is black and white. You know that we get it right.
On levels in my life and life, understand the truth and life. We gon' change this world tonight. Laugh at everything's in life. Your friends and your things in life. We gon' do the things in life. Jingle, jingle, cocoa pop. Jingle, jingle, cocoa pop. Oh my God, get it right. Understand knowledge life. Understand part of life. I used to click that thing tonight.
I used to click that thing tonight. He used to click that thing like that. Sparky's got the fitted hat. You know that, then go rat-tat.
Oh my God, in my life, we gon' dance in my life. I don't want panties down, don't you know?
Panties down, panties down. God damn in my life. Truth in my life is part of my life. Holy shit.
You know I love y'all.
I didn't know Jingle Jingle Cocoa was coming, bro. Flowing on a Wednesday. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Sparky, it's bringing a little bit of joy into my life after after a conspiracy got dropped on my head. There was a conspiracy that my intent was to bring a different conspiracy up on this show, a completely different type of conspiracy, a bit of a who done it. It's not even a who done it. It's a where is he? It's a where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It's like a fact finder. It's like a missing persons report. This is the type of thing that should be on the side of a milk carton. The type of like where is he? And that's about somebody very, very specific. The person I'm talking about is Barstool Trent. Barstool Trent, one of the founding members of the Barstool diaspora, where, you know, he was in Iowa. We had people in Philly. We had people in New York. We had people in Boston. We had people in Chicago. He was the Iowa guy. He came to New York. He got a job. He worked in the office in New York. Then he became part of one of our biggest brands, Foreplay. Blossomed, bloomed, got huge. Got so big that, you know, he was able to move to Florida because of what he was doing with Foreplay. Got so massive. But then rumors started to bubble up that Trent had left Florida, that Florida was not for Trent and Trent was not for Florida. So he came back to New York City. That Trent made his way back to New York City some time ago. And I don't know how long ago. Was it 6 months? Was it a year? Was it 18 months? Was it 2 years? How long has Trent been in New York City? We would know if anyone had seen him. But nobody has seen Trent Ryan. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Where the hell is Trent? If he's in New York, where is he? Because we're right here. Just come on through. Just like, you know, drop into the show. Where is Trent? We saw him, I think, one time in the office last year when he was flanked by Riggs and Frankie Borelli, and we had them come in. It was a Wednesday morning, and we had them come on to RoneDotCom. All three of them simultaneously came on to RoneDotCom. It was right before they announced their Adidas deal, which is an incredible and awesome deal. Go buy some Adidas golf merch, you know. But where is he? Where has he been? Every day in the bullpen out here, people bubble up with rumors and speculation about Trent's mindset. And there's 4 main rumors. Does Trent hate us? That's the main prevailing rumor. Does Trent hate us? Does Trent think that we hate him? That can't be. Nobody hates Trent except for Tommy, who has said multiple times that he's dead to him. But of course, Mac, we already know about Tommy. We know exactly what's going on with Tommy. Does he hate us? Do we hate him? Does he think that he's hated? Does he believe that he's hated? Or is he hiding? Is he hiding? Is he hiding something? Because Pat McAuliffe, FKA Gay Pat, had a bit of a theory yesterday that Trent is walking around New York City as a woman. That he walks every day around New York City. We haven't seen Trent, but he's been hiding in plain sight as a woman. That he just is completely in drag, like Paris is burning, and that he at all times is just walking around. And I don't know that, and I don't believe that, and that's just a theory that he's saying. But in the absence of any evidence, we only have theories to go on. So is Trent walking around? Is he here? Can he come in? Can he just grace us briefly from time to time with his presence? I'm not asking him to come in and, grind away on the oil rig that we have over here. I'm not asking him to do hard factory work from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Just come into the fun job that we have. Because when we have a big event like Chris Klemmer's Chat Eliminator, why not be part of it? Why not be a member of it? And when we see everybody here together, when we see 20 personalities, it's his lack of presence. It gets even louder. Where is Trent? Is he walking around? Is he cloistered inside of an apartment on the Upper West or East Side? I don't understand, and I'd love to hear if the chat has any ideas about or theories or just what Trent is doing. They said Miss Doubtfire looking at us, Trent, like we're trying to figure out what's going on. Where was Sass for Chat Eliminator? I think he was a little bit sick this week, or maybe he. I'm not going to say anything nasty. But Trent big time in the New York City office? No, that can't be. He can't be. The Trent I know cannot be big time in the New York City office. He can't be, and he would not be. But guys, especially people like Tommy and Nate who have been here for so long, like Marty, Rhea, they have questions about like, hey, where is Trent? What is Trent up to? We miss Trent. We used to all sit. Robbie used to live with Trent. I don't even think Robbie has seen Trent. And I don't know, but has he seen him in years? Where is Trent? We all used to sit together in the other New York office. We all damn near shared the end of a desk. 5 people circled around the end of a desk. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
RoneDotCom.
Oh my God.
RoneDotCom.
Oh my God.
RoneDotCom.
What the hell is going on? What? I feel like I've heard a ghost.
Are you trying to track me down right now?
Yes, I'm trying to track you down. I mean, we're Carmen Sandiegoing you right now.
I woke up and I saw a graphic of me with big old red lips, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Where are you? Where are you?
You want to know where I am right now?
Yeah, I want to know where you are right now.
I don't know if I want to tell you where I am right now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's where the whodunit comes into play, because I don't want to have to send out a team of bounty hunters to triangulate you. I just want to know we're missing on you, Trent.
Do I want to tell you where I am?
I don't know. I mean, on one hand, pros and cons. On one hand, it preserves the mystery of what's going on. It preserves like the mystique about where Trent is and what's going on. But on the other hand, we don't get to see you. And I was talking about how we all damn near shared a desk at the last office. Guys like Robbie and Rhea and like Tommy and Marty, and we were all like right there. And everybody's just like they're wondering. And I don't share Tommy's opinion, where Tommy's like, Trent's dead to me. I don't say that. I don't even say stuff like that out of my mouth. I don't feel that way. But like we miss you. The rest of us miss you.
Well, let me clear up a couple of rumors. One, I do not hate the New York office. I love the New York office.
I love
for
that.
a lot of the reasons
for a lot of the reasons that you just listed off. We all did. We grew up together in that office. We spent a lot of time together. I lived with Robbie Fox for years. I love the New York office. I saw you list off a couple of rumors. I want to dead that one. The one about me walking around New York City as a woman, I don't want to speak on that rumor right now. That's something we can get into in the future. That's something I'm actually not willing to talk about right now, but we can maybe get into that down the line somewhere.
Okay.
But I want to say I am more than willing to come into the New York City office. And one thing you did lay out as well, I did move back to New York City from Florida. I gave that a try. I lived there for a year. Turns out I'm just not a Florida guy. I miss the seasons. I'm from Iowa, as you mentioned. There's all 4 seasons there, and I don't like being in basically summer year-round. So I moved back to New York City a couple months ago, and I haven't been to the New York City office, and I need to come in, and I want to come in, and I want to participate in the big events that happen in that office. I want that on the record.
That would be so fun. What if we you come in on a Wednesday, we'll have Trent Day. You know what I mean? We'll welcome you into the office like you just finished a marathon with red tape across the front and like cake, beers, or corn, whatever you're into, whatever. Like I want it to be as inviting as possible, and I want you to have a hero's welcome like you just got home from a tour of duty.
I'm not sure I necessarily need that.
Yeah, I know you don't need it.
That would be fine, but I do want to say, as I am currently not in New York City, I want it to be like the chat eliminator thing that's going on.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to be a part of that because I am not currently in the New York City area, but things like that, I am more than happy to come in and do.
That would be so fun. What do you like? So like, what's an average, like a Trent in New York day when obviously, I mean, you foreplay travels more than anybody. I talked to Frankie about it. I think he took 100+ flights last year. Like you guys are on the road constantly, grinding content, and the growth of that brand shows it. But when you are in New York, what's like a light casual day? I mean, are you just shuffling to the coffee shop? Do you have hobbies?
I'm really just kind of hanging out. If we're recording, we kind of hang around. We just hired Kevin Kisner, by the way. Shout out to him.
Huge.
So we've been doing the podcast a couple of times a week, but I have a coffee maker at my home. I know I've seen Francis talk about his coffee setup. Mine's not quite as eloquent and extravagant as his, but I make my coffee at my house, and, I keep an eye on the internet, but a lot of it, I am traveling a lot. Like currently I'm on an 11-day run of traveling.
Insane.
So it's like it's really a lot of travel, but a normal New York City day, I'm kind of just sitting there drinking coffee would be the roundup of my day.
That sounds amazing, honestly. And it's one of the best cities in America to drink coffee in, nay, the world to drink coffee in. And I don't want this to seem as if I'm calling into question your work ethic, because I know that Foreplay as a whole is one of the most grindingest brands out there, full stop, not even just at Barstool. But I want to know if you have any words for guys like Tommy who say that you are dead to them.
Well, Tommy's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Tommy is...
And you're getting nods from everybody.
The thing that I don't know if he understands is that we all know that he's a piece of shit, and we talk about how he's a piece of shit. He thinks he has friends in that office. He doesn't. Everyone is going behind his back, talking about him relentlessly. Nobody likes him. And I maybe this will be a wake-up call for him, but I doubt it, because he is just so on his high horse and thinks he's so much better than everybody else that this will fall on deaf ears, and he will continue to be the asshole that he truly is.
He described himself yesterday as like part of as he was growing up, he said that he wasn't tough enough to be a bully, so he would talk behind people's backs. And I think that's I think that nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed. And let me tell you a little anecdote about Tommy Smokes. He will not drive on the highway because he's afraid his ankle will get too tired and he will have to pull over and he will no longer be able to drive. That is the type of guy that we are dealing with here.
I tried to do a video where he drove on the highway. He refused to do it. Frank the Tank gladly drove on the highway, another non-highway driver, and Tommy, weak ankle Smokes, was too afraid.
Tommy is pathetic, is the word that I would use.
Well, this is such a pleasure to have you on. I think that people are they're in the chat, they're overjoyed to hear your voice, and I think just in general, the fact that we know that there's no friction back and forth that makes everybody glad, and I cannot wait. We're going to have to, you and I will get on the horn offline, and we'll plan Trent Day.
That sounds good, brother. I love it. I do. I miss you guys. I love you guys. I love the show. I love everything that's going on in the New York City office, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Take it easy, buddy.
All right, man.
Wow. We fucking, like, that's like, I'm Columbo. I like ask and you shall receive. It's almost like I got to the bottom of that case so damn fast. It's like the murderer just dropped the evidence in my fucking lap and I solved the case. He's just drinking coffee.
Still not sure about the first, kind of claim you made about the woman thing, but that will fit.
No, he's going to come into the office like, hello. He's
Mrs.
going to pop
Doubtfire.
in fully doubtfired. Clemer, welcome, brother.
Thank you. Should I go sit next to you or should I
Hey,
sit here?
come sit over. Yeah, come sit over
Get
here.
up there, Chris.
Why not, Chris? Nobody calls him Chris, and I like it.
I got called Chris for like my entirety of my 30s.
Corporate Chris.
Yes.
Corporate Chris Klemmer,
But
KKK.
In high school, no, C's in there. But in high school and like my 20s, I only got called Clemer. So it's weird to get called it again. It's almost like a
Yeah.
return to my
Why?
roots.
Who calls you Klemmer? Where did that come from?
oh, everyone in like high school and college.
I'm
and, like, all
saying
my
when you
friends.
out of your 30s, you were Chris for a long time. How'd
Yeah.
you transition back?
I went on Kirk's show and I said my name was Chris Clemer, and then the Chris just went away. It became Clemer very quick.
You don't
I
want to
guess
get
Kirk?
confused with the other like Castellanis and other Chris's in the world.
This was before I was even working here. I was just doing Kirk's show at the time.
Well, I'm sure they were aware of Castellani.
I'm sure, but it wasn't like. But it was more kind of in that world, and Clemer just stuck more than Chris did for whatever reason. I mean, it's more unique, obviously. So I guess that's why.
I know that this is a big day because you're wearing your best sweater.
Yes, absolutely. It is. This is my not my best sweater, but it's the sweater.
It's your like sweater for pomp and circumstance.
Correct. It's a celebratory sweater, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
it
Which
is.
I'm excited for.
It is a big day. Chat Eliminator. Rone, you're still alive.
I'm still alive in chat Eliminator.
So I missed the beginning of that. Is Trent going to be in the office now?
He said that he's happy to come back in. He couldn't be on the show because he's not in New York City right now.
Okay.
But he said that stuff like this he wants to be a part of.
I would have loved to have had him done this.
Well, you didn't even invite him.
I did send an email to all of New York City content. I didn't see him to be able to invite him. I would have gladly invited him.
Well, he couldn't be on this because of the timing.
Right.
But like he said he wants to be back in. And so we're gonna
Awesome.
have
So next time I do something, I'll reach out personally to him. I would love to have him do something like this.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you ever met Trent?
Yes, I have. Not a ton, but I have met him. Yes, I have met him.
And what's your takeaways?
I liked him. Trent and I have a fun back and forth where I kind of shit on Tiger Woods to him and he gets offended.
Very corny jokes.
I don't know if it's that corny.
Well, it's just that's an Iowa joke. A corny
Is
joke.
it? Is that an Iowa joke?
Corny.
Corny. Yeah, we don't usually joke about Iowa very much.
I'm saying corn is from Iowa.
I understand that.
Okay. Well, that's what's corny.
Yeah, all right.
Mac has a theory.
Yes, what's his theory?
It's I went in this whole thing. I came in really hot.
Yeah.
I think Rone is kind of giving signals to people who he wants to get voted out. Like not voted out, but picked out by the person. I don't know. Obviously, we're done with that now. It's just the chat eliminating people now, right?
Correct.
But I think prior to this, when someone would go up,
Of sorts.
maybe not.
Of sorts.
But Rone was signaling to Mubi specifically to take out Vibs because he has this sort of coalition. He's trying to bolster her up so that she can win and get some good PR for her next move.
I'm not surprised to hear this. I have seen Rone a number of times signal as well to put himself on the block.
Right.
Like, take me, and so I'm not surprised that he's orchestrating in his Machiavellian way to try to like then select other people. Because I've seen people like Mubi go up and they're kind of unsure. They don't want to be the bad guy.
I don't want to ruffle feathers.
So they don't really know who to pick, or they're not comfortable in that.
Yeah.
And I could see Rone then.
He thinks.
I wouldn't say nefarious because it's the game, but it is kind of a.
I don't think it's I think it's the way to play the game. I just
Probably
want
is.
to point it out. I just wanted to point it out. I wanted
That's
to make
fair.
it known. I want it to be a fair game.
Are you controlling the entire game from the contestant perspective?
Absolutely not. I'm like things have broken my way. Obviously, there's been how many times where I wasn't up there that I could have gotten smoked. More times than I was up there.
Correct.
People didn't vote me out,
That's correct.
and so I can't control that.
You're absolutely right. Now, should they have? Do you think?
from my hope to win the game, no, they shouldn't have. From their thought of getting, I mean, you have to pick somebody. So it's like, am I more likely to win than anybody else? I don't know. I think that
I will say, so you've been up there 3 times.
4 times, but one time I wasn't able to. It was after the scavenger hunt, so I wasn't able to smoke somebody. So I was up there head to head against Jack Mack in the scavenger hunt after the scavenger hunt.
Okay.
So 4 times I've been on the vote.
4 times? I don't think you've ever gotten below 74%, 75%.
Yeah.
No one else can hit that number. No one else has hit that number, I should say. So
That's just good luck.
I don't think it is good luck. I think that shows that maybe you're a dominant force. Now, I don't know if it helps you or hurts you, the only guy left. I don't know if the girls will have like some sort of. I mean, not that I said alliances at this point. It is mostly chat driven.
There's nothing I could benefit. But he had a harebrained idea. He had a crackpot idea that I wanted to get Mubi to the end and wanted her to win the entire competition to somehow make Kelly Keegs no longer the president of the New York office. That's harebrained.
I was just
I didn't want to win.
Together.
I don't want to win.
In this scenario,
when I have money, I have twins, and I want to put money in their mouths.
It was a long shot deal. It was he was getting something for Mubi, so Mubi could give him. It was a quid pro quo, as they say.
Who would be the president? What was Rone be the president?
No. Rone's bolstering Mubi's status.
Mubi be the president?
So Mubi would be the president, and then give him something in return.
What's the quid pro quo? He said I would get better couches for the.
I don't know what
Boy Dad studio.
That's for you to decide.
He's postulating a quid pro quo, which I mean, there is no quid pro quo.
You said earlier, when we don't have all the facts, we have to make inferences, we have to make theories. And I'm making a theory because I can't let it pass me by.
What do you think? What do you think when you hear this? Does
That
this hold
theory,
water?
I do not.
It's harebrained.
I do not believe that. I do.
Can you put the harebrained label on it?
Klemmer's trying to save the integrity of his show right now.
I'm willing to stamp harebrained on that theory.
Harebrained.
I will say though, his initial thing is right, where you are trying behind the scenes to.
What behind the scenes?
Control things, not
what do you mean?
manipulate. You're a puppet master. You're like people are little marionettes.
Behind the scenes, or in front of the scenes on camera.
I think both. I think.
If it's in front of the camera, then how is there anything behind the scenes?
I don't think you're doing anything nefarious.
But you just said I'm Machiavellian and a puppet master. Those imply something nefarious.
Maybe you need to be a puppet master to win Shadow Eliminator. I don't know, but I do believe you are a puppet master of sorts.
How explain how I'm puppeteering?
Because I think you like to you're one of the biggest names in the office. I think.
I don't know if that's true.
I think so, and you have power, influence. You're a smart guy. I think you can kind of go in there and you can kind of craft some alliances, which is all fair game. And then also you're crafting alliances maybe with people that maybe don't have that same power and influence, and you can kind of control how they're picking people.
Like who? Give an example of that.
Well, you just said with Mubi, a newer employee. You're telling her kind of who to put on the block.
Newer employee. She's been working here for years.
Compared to you.
Well, everybody's new compared to me.
I would say compared to everybody else in the show, except for Una. I think she's the newest employee.
Yeah, but Mubi smoked me in Surviving Barstool.
True.
She got me out. So it's like the idea that there's some like uneven power dynamic, I think is sexist.
Oh, I don't think it's sexist. I don't think it's sexist. Of
course it
at
is.
all. No.
Of course it is.
In fact, if anything, I can say Shadow Eliminator proves. I mean, just by creating a game like this, where 4 of the last 5 are women, that proves really how much of how unsexist I am, if that's a word.
Well, you had men compete in physical exercises against women.
Because I believe in equality.
And how many of the women beat the men?
I will say Mubi and Frank was close.
None.
None.
I've never done puppet shit, the chat's saying, and that's a fucking fact.
Wow.
Never done. Puppeteering is such a nasty claim.
I think so. It's nasty, huh?
I mean, I'm trying my hardest to win.
You are,
I'm doing everything above board.
I said you're not nefarious. You're not breaking any rules.
But you said Machiavellian.
But I think that's not a bad thing.
I would say Shakespearean almost, more so.
There's nothing Shakespearean about this, brother.
Are you having fun doing it?
Yeah, I have fun doing everything. And anything that you ask, I do.
I know.
Any show that you ask, I do.
Well, I have some ideas I wanted to run by you for like RoneDotCom, like we could do it maybe together. Ideas that I have that like aren't fully formed that I could use your help on.
Yeah, I'll take Chat Eliminator or Rat Race. If
No,
you
those ideas are more fully formed. I have ideas that I just don't. I need like help with. Like
you try to offload your
I'm not.
half baked ideas.
Well, they are half baked, but I need someone, a smart, creative guy like you, to help me craft them.
I just think that. Well, I was about to get on my soapbox for a second.
Okay.
I think that anybody who's in New York should be doing the ideas that everybody does. Like if you have an idea for everybody to be a part of, everybody should do it.
Yes, I don't think that's even unless you have some sort of like.
No. Everybody should do it.
I agree. I mean, unless it's like some real life emergency that comes up, I agree.
Yeah. But everybody doesn't do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because okay, you say that, but I would say nearly everybody, unless they were like physically out of the office for that stretch, did Chat Eliminator and did it and tried hard. I'm so happy with our office. Like I'm thrilled how many people like were willing to do this, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess that's a diplomatic way of saying it.
No, it's not diplomatic. That's fact. 20 people did it, man. That's pretty good, no?
Yeah, that is good.
That's
but
great.
I bet at least 10 people didn't do it.
Is that many? You think?
Yeah.
All right.
And I hate it.
I'm really looking at
It's
it.
Caroline.
I just want to do one thing really quick.
Oh, Caroline's
Yes,
still
yes.
alive in Chat Eliminator, by the way.
Still alive at Chat Eliminator. Watch Chat Eliminator. Today I was at Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Today I was at Chick-fil-A, and this sweetheart, his name's Sam, he's listening to Jane. And he told me he's a huge RoneDotCom fan, so I just want to shout out Sam.
Sam.
I think he's going to his finance job by that zip up. That's my guess. Maybe tech.
That's it.
Shout out Sam.
Wow, what a legend. And he was listening to Jane randomly when you saw him? Or he put it it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I think it was
he
random.
was.
I think he was just happened to be playing Jane.
Wow. Caroline also in the final of Chat Eliminator.
Correct.
Who are your favorites? Or like what, like not your favorites, but like odds on favorites. Like who would you put the odds, create the odds?
I mean, you're the only one to get over 70%. I will say Una's never been on the block, so I don't know what what percentage she would get. Mubi did quite well, but I mean, she was up against Frank, which is tough. I know it's tough. I don't know. I don't really. I have no idea.
Put odds on it.
No, I'm the host. I can't do that. I'm impartial.
Mac,
You're asking
Mac,
the wrong
put
guy.
Mac, put odds on it.
Mac can do it.
Rone is like I wouldn't even put any money on Rone. You're not winning anything. Rone is gonna run away with the competition after he's obviously. It's like shocks me that no one picked Rone to just get kicked
I am shocked
off.
as well.
That's what if I was playing in the game, I would have booted Rone so fast because he's gonna pound today. He's gonna take everybody to Pound Town.
I'm surprised.
Take anyone to Pound Town today.
I'm surprised Kelly didn't knock you off. Which she knocked off Kelly, and then she knocked off.
She knocked off Jackie after saying she was going to give all her money to Jackie.
But true, but
Why?
because I think Jackie was very popular. You saw the reaction Kelly got when she knocked Jackie off. A lot of people were very mad at Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Jackie
strange
makes
though.
sense.
That's strange that Kelly pledged to give her winnings to Jackie if she won the whole thing, and then she went and just kicked Jackie off.
Well, that's so she can.
Strange.
Yes, that's a great move by Kelly because then she could win, still have the accolades, and be altruistic. Whereas if Jackie won, Jackie would get the cash. Of course, Jackie's the poorest person at Barstool, but like she would be able to get the cash, and then Kelly would get nothing. Where now Kelly can get the accolades and still be altruistic.
I don't know if she is the poorest person at Barstool. Is she, Jackie? Maybe with this apartment thing now.
Oh yeah, she is. She is with the apartment.
Una was telling me. Una was like, I could really use the money. So I think Una's gonna like maybe play up that. Like, she's like, oh, I'm 22-year-old in New York. She's like, I could really use the money.
Oh, poor 22-year-old in New York.
That's tough.
She's going out to get fucking martinis, bragging about how she's in Chris Klemmer's rat race. I have children. I have two children who I need to put diapers in their mouths. They don't fucking.
Maybe don't do that. That might not be the best idea.
So 10 o'clock, Chris Klemmer's
Yes.
Chat Eliminator. Everybody go watch that.
Thank you.
I
Ron.
think it's been very fun. And he plans on doing it in Chicago.
If maybe I don't know. I would do it in Chicago for sure. I'd do it again here too. I don't know. I don't know. I like doing things with the whole office. I don't know if I would do this again exactly, but I found out I really love doing stuff with like the whole office together. That's brought me like the.
Why wouldn't you do it in Chicago?
I would do it in Chicago. Absolutely.
You just said I don't know. I just said.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if I would do
know.
Chat Eliminator again. Period.
Why?
I don't know. I'd call it like I don't know if I'd call it like a gangbuster success. There's definitely things I realize I'm not good at, like live hosting is really hard. Having Tommy though for that last one really helped. I need someone to bounce off of. I can't do live hosting.
So you just get a co-host.
I do, and that's what I'm having Tommy help me with this because I realized I need that, and that made me feel a lot better about it. There's just things I would need to tighten up. I don't know, but I don't know what it would be. I would do this again.
I love it.
But thank you.
10 o'clock. Everybody will be over there. I'll be over there at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Can't wait. I'm very excited. Hungry for the win. Thank you, brother.
You're a great man, Mac.
Hey, I'm just looking out for you, Clemmer.
Thank you.
I think it's been gangbusters. Chat Eliminator coming up at 10. Before we get out of here, there is another thing that I want to talk about. Shout out to Sparky over my shoulder. There is another thing that I want to talk about. I was talking to somebody, a friend of mine, and she is creating a new podcast. And she was talking about the other podcast creators in her space and how important it was for her to do this on her own. And she said, Alex Cooper did it on her own. She would edit her own podcast. And like, I feel like I have to do that because she did that. And I just want to quickly set the record straight on something. Historically, Alex Cooper did not edit her own podcast. And I know that might be shocking to some people, but this is erasure of the people who worked for and with Alex Cooper and Sophia early on and call her daddy. And obviously Alex Cooper is super successful, more successful than I am. But I also know that she is at the point of success where it would not be serving the people that worked for her and with her. It would be unfair to completely wipe their names from history. And there's a dude who works at Barstool still named Tom Lay that worked on her podcast tirelessly, was literally up here in the office till like late at night stressing over it. I remember seeing the stress in his eyes as he made the changes, and she obviously had her fingerprints on it and probably wanted edits to happen within her podcast. That's great, and it's so good to have a creator that is completely integrated with what they're making and what they want to come out. But to have Tom Lay, who busted his ass for so fucking long, be completely erased from the annals of time, that he didn't do anything with that podcast, that she was completely editing every word and every part in Adobe or After Effects or whatever, like that is not true, and that is not what happened. And like, you can be successful still, and you can still girl boss your way to the fucking moon while still having worked with other people along the way. And it was just like, I think that there's a narrative out there that she did it all on her own. And it was him, I mean, MILF Hunter, whatever you want to say about his relationship with Barstool after that fact, like that dude worked on it, Tom Lay worked on it, and it was just like, to make it seem like it was only one person the entire way. Like I said, she's more successful than probably I'll ever be. But at the same time, we're erasing the little people just to create a narrative that this was this autonomous effort. Not true. Not true. Cannot stand. You know, Tom Lay, we just can't erase him from history. That bro grinded, banged on it for a long time. First guy to move out to Chicago and be their producer out there. And a dude who's just grinded and silently. He's not a guy who's going to beat the drum for himself, nor does he have the platform to beat the drum for himself. So here I am, the fucking drum, beating it for Tom Lay. He worked very hard on that show. Obviously, he's not still on it, but, I mean, it doesn't take away from her success to have had help along the way. Everybody gets some help along the way. So I think that just has to be out there. It was sitting nastily on my conscience to have that shit swept under the rug. Any other questions, chat, before we get the hell out of here? Pretty sure Dave uses Alex as an example of someone who did everything. Need to call Dave out. No, I mean, I think there's a difference in what Dave's saying. Like, she's a self-starting person, and she had an idea of what her brand wanted to be. But, like, even if you look at Sunday Conversation, like, Caleb is in the edit, But like Caleb's never like Tom Mullins doesn't do anything with the edit. Like Tom Mullins is the editor of Sunday Conversation, and Caleb does more with the edit than most people do on anything that they work on, especially of being in the edit. But he's also not being like Tom Mullins doesn't exist the same way that Alex Cooper saying Tom Lay doesn't exist. So I think that there's different levels to all that. Rone, random, but need you to learn about wooks, like books, what we call the outside people. And I understand what wooks are. I know what that is. I've been in the festival scene before. I was under the impression that she was solo before Barstool, but all the Barstool prods put in unnoticed effort. Even so, she was working with the dude, the MILF Hunter. So, yeah, working with other people. Dave repeatedly said she did it all. Yeah, I don't know. Is that Bosco's cousin? Yes, that's Bosco's cousin. Shout out to the Wooks. Yes. Okay, short show today because we have Chat Eliminator, which is live in 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and run over there. But interesting theories by Mac today. We've unearthed some stuff. We unearthed the theory by Mac. We unearthed the truth about Alex and Tom. We unearthed where Trent is, and that's just what RoneDotCom is. We get to the bottom of it. And we unearthed some new heat from Sparky.
Discovery.
1-on-1-to-1, filming next week in New York and in Chicago. That tournament is coming very soon. Very excited for that. Always fun. RoneDotCom. See you guys next week. Peace.